All right, let's dive into one of the best secrets for anyone who wants to get into artificial intelligence. We're talking about a tool that lets you skip all the boring setup and jump right into the fun part, actually writing some code. You know that feeling, right? You get excited to try something new with coding, but then you spend the next few hours just installing things, fighting with settings, and trying to figure out why nothing works. It's enough to make you just quit before you even write one line of code. But what if there was a way to bypass all of that? Well, that is exactly where Google Colab comes in. Think of it as the simple, perfect answer to all that setup frustration. It's a powerful coding environment that just runs in your web browser. No installation, nothing. It's totally free, and you can write, run, and share your code immediately. So what is it really? Well, Colab is basically like a supercharged version of something called a Jupyter Notebook, which is kind of like an interactive scrapbook for your code. Google just hosts it for you. This means for you, there's zero setup. All the most important AI tools are already installed and ready to go, and everything you do is saved right to your Google Drive. It is an absolute game changer. So here's the game plan for this explainer. We'll quickly touch on what Colab is, then we're going to jump right in and create our very first notebook. After that, we'll look at the two main parts you'll be using, code and text cells, then unleash some of its coolest features, and finally, see just how easy it is to share your work. First up, what is Google Colab? At the end of the day, it's your own personal coding space up in the cloud, and it's pretty much the perfect place to start your data science journey. Okay, that is enough talk. Let's actually get our hands dirty and make our first notebook right now. Getting started is so simple. Just pop open your browser, search for Google Colab, and go to the website. You'll see a button that says New Notebook. Just click that, and boom, you're in. Now, the very first thing you should do is go to the top, click on the title where it says something like Untitled, and give it a real name, maybe something like My First AI Project. Okay, now for the really fun part. You see that box on your screen? That's called a code cell. Let's type in the classic first program ever, print hello world. To make it run, you can just click that little play button on the left. Or, here's a pro tip. Just hold down the Shift key and press Enter. That runs the code and makes a new cell for you right below. How cool is that? And remember, this code isn't running on your computer. It's running on Google's powerful servers. So every single Colab notebook is made up of two basic building blocks, code cells and text cells. And learning how to use both is really the key to making projects that are clear and easy to follow. I like to think of it like this. The code cells are the engine of your notebook. That's where all the work gets done. But the text cells, that's the story. It's where you've explained what you're doing, you add titles, you make notes, you can even put in images. It uses a super simple formatting system called Markdown. This just helps you make your work readable, not just for other people, but for you when you come back to it 6 months from now. All right, we've got the basics down. Now, let's talk about the features that make Colab a total powerhouse and a favorite for people doing serious AI and data science work. This first one is a huge time saver. All the most important tools or libraries are already installed for you. These libraries are basically toolkits of code that let you do really complicated things very easily. We're talking about tools like TensorFlow and PyTorch for building machine learning models, Pandas for analyzing data, and Matplotlib for creating charts. You don't have to install anything. You just type import and the name, and you're off to the races. And hey, what if you need a special tool that isn't already included? No problem. You can install pretty much anything you want with just one single line of code right inside the notebook. It's incredibly flexible. Okay, now for what is maybe the most amazing feature of Colab. Free access to powerful hardware. See, for really heavy-duty AI tasks, your normal computer processor just isn't fast enough. But Colab lets you, for free, switch to a super fast GPU, which is the workhorse of modern AI. You can even use a TPU, which is Google's own custom-built chip for AI. This is professional-grade power that usually costs a lot of money, and you get it with just a couple of clicks. It's incredible. So, you've built something awesome. Now what? You probably want to show it to someone, right? A friend, a teacher, maybe the whole world. Well, with Colab, sharing is baked right in. Because this is a Google product, sharing your work is literally as easy as sharing a Google Doc. You just hit the share button, you grab a link, and you can send it to anyone. They can then open it, see your code, see your results, and even run it themselves. It makes working together so easy. So let's just recap the key points here. Everything you do is automatically saved to your Google Drive, so you never have to worry about losing your work. If you see a cool project someone else made, you can make a copy for yourself with one click. You share your own stuff with that big share button, and if you ever need to, you can download the whole file to use somewhere else. And that's pretty much it. In just the last few minutes, you've learned everything you need to get started. All those barriers to entry, they're gone. The tools are all here and they're waiting for you. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build first?